Hello and welcome. I am Ollie Juno and this is my crafty corner. Today is a stitch with me. It is number 53. It is July the 30th, Saturday at 1 p.m. I did a poll and it stated that the two dragons here won the poll for the stitch with me today. So we're gonna work on this. You may hear a little bit of background noise. From my testing, it doesn't sound too bad. There may be a little hum, maybe different on headphones. Please do let me know. We have a 3D printing right next to me. As far as I can tell, it's not causing any major issues on the video, and but we'll see once I listen to the video at 100% when it's done as well. But we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I am going to be filling in this area and working across. With this particular pattern, I don't exactly have a particular method that I'm using. I'm just stitching however I feel on it, which is kind of like I'm parking, I'm stitching across the rows. I don't really have any particular thing. So this is being stitched on 22 count hardanger, 1/1 full cross. The way I start my full crosses is I go a little away from where I'm at. With these, I don't do a loop start unless it's only got like one or two, like maybe one stitch. But if I can like tack it down, I do more of the waist knot stitch, I think is what it is. So I probably about 5 to 6 stitches away, and then I go up the top left hole, down the top right, and then I go into the bottom left hole and then to the top right. And now it's tacked. It's not going anywhere. And we are good to go. I chose the blue because at least you can see it. The color under here is white, and I will most likely try to make sure I stitch that when I'm not on camera, because stitching white on white is very hard for me. And I could definitely not imagine filming it, because it just, yeah, not gonna work very well. Let's see. So I did a stitch with me on Wednesday, so I don't have a whole lot of information different, life-wise update. The one thing I do have is I ended up, I put in for a new position at work, and I did my interview for that position. So hopefully in about 2 weeks, I will know if it's a hit or miss, It's one of those, a lot of people put it in for it. They do sometimes pull from outside of the company. They try to pull from within the company, but they do pull from outside of the company. We do have quite a few of those positions available. They're all different shifts. I'm hoping to stay near my current shift, because I really do enjoy my shift. I get up at 6:30 I start work at 6:30 in the morning, and I get off work at 3:30 in the afternoon. So I really like that shift, but I'm not going to turn it down if they want to give me one of the other shifts. Because we have multiple shifts. We have the 6:30 to 3:30. We have 8 to 6, or 8 to 5, 9 to 6, uh, 11 to 7. And I think after that it goes to 2 to 10, 2 to 11. And then 10 to 7, I think. 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., I believe. Something like that. I'm not too sure on the overnight shifts, into the later shifts. I just know the morning shift, we have the 6:30, we have a few people on the 6:30 to 3:30, a few people on, 7 to 4. We have a few on 7 to 4, 8 to 5, 9 to 6. I think we used to have some on like 10 to 7. Or was it 11 to 7? I don't remember exactly. We have a list with all the hours on there, but like I said, we have a bunch there of shifts open for this slot. It's what we call an L2 slot. We are all L1s. The L2 is over the L1s. Kind of a, not quite a leader position, but still kind of. So I would like to be able to get into that position, as I've been with this job for 3 years, and I would like to try to advance. So we will see on that. It's possible, it might not be possible. All depends on how many people have better quality qualifications. Yeah, it's a good word. But I don't know. I feel like I have a good chance for it because a lot of our current L2s, which were L1s with me at one time, state that they have put my name in as who they would recommend for an L2 spot. So hopefully we will see. Let's see. If everything goes the way I want it to go, I should have my Etsy store open. I am going to be selling my project bags, which I make like 14-inch project bags. When I might look into making bigger ones eventually, but right now that is where my go-to measurements are at. I think those are the most common ones. So I have a couple of bags to get put together. Since I am off on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week, I'm going to work on getting about 6 bags made, maybe more. I think I have the material to make more. I know I have enough outer material. I'm just worried about the interior, but we will see. And then I'm also going to be selling my floss drops that I've been making. I've got some red ones and I've got some green ones that I'm going to put on the store. Let's see, it's these. So I print those with my 3D printer, so I'm gonna start seeing if I can start put those on an Etsy shop and see if anybody wants any. If they do, great. If they don't, I think any extras I have at the moment, I can easily kit up projects. I have a couple of projects that have over 90 colors, so I can definitely use them. And I really do like these over the paper ones that I've made a time or two. I don't know. The paper ones to me they just tear too easy. I have one set that I'm going to update, put up the new ones on soon, because I don't like them on the paper ones. I want to move them over to my 3D printed ones. I have all the ones set aside for that one already. I just need to take the time to transfer them over, which that is always fun. Let's see, what else do we got going on? I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but we put in paperwork in for my husband for disability due to, he's got fibromyalgia, neuropathy, diabetes, high blood pressure, asthma, and he's had a hard time working for quite a few years. Anytime he goes to work, he ends up pretty much bedridden because his feet swell up and he just can't move. They said that the capillary vessels in his feet don't produce blood properly, so his feet will turn blue the more he's on them, and the blood flow gets restricted to his feet. So we'll see. My oldest, we're trying to get them on disability due to how severe their social anxiety is. They have real bad paranoia. They have PTSD from issues with relationships that they've had that they didn't tell me what was going on. Unfortunately, this was all during the teenage years, and you know how it is. The teenager's just acting out, but unfortunately theirs had some more underlying issues that were stimulating from outside of normal, but we didn't find out about it till I finally got her going to see a physical therapist, and she's like, well, maybe you should know this before I tell them. So yeah. But they have a couple of different diagnoses, and they've tried to go to work, and they make it about 2 days before they end up having a breakdown, almost panic attacks every hour. So we're gonna see if we can get them on disability to help relieve some stress for them, because they are now 19, and they need a way to support themselves, have some income coming in of their own. They have issues with authority. So, even though they're 18, if we ask them to do something, they won't do it because we're the parents. And even though we're asking, they feel like we're, telling. So, yeah, life. I started My son, we're doing homeschooling for him this year. He's going through the same program my middle daughter, started last year, and she's continuing this year. But I'm going to have to reach out to them on Monday because they sent his school books to us, and they're sending him 9th grade work, like 9th grade reading, 9th grade English. They sent him algebra. He's barely into, like, he does decent with fraction, like he's good with his math and subtraction. I think he's like 5th grade math, if I'm recalling right. That's one of his strong points, is math. But he's never touched algebra. I think he was just starting on division and fractions, if I remember right. So, I've got to call the school up and ask them, what's going on, because I'm not even going to attempt. Has that been blurring in and out all the time? I'm not even going... I see. It's a little close to my hand, so it's blurring. I am so sorry. Let me do this. Sorry. There. It shouldn't blur anymore. It's still blurring. Fuck. Okay, hopefully that fixes that issue. Sorry for that. So yeah, I'm gonna call the school up and talk to them and figure out what's going on, because he hasn't even touched algebra. And I'm not even going to attempt to do any of that schoolwork with him. Because for one, it'll just shut him down. Because when he doesn't understand the work, he shuts down. It's hard to get him to do any of it. It's just, the mechanism that he has in place, I guess. I don't know. And unfortunately, I really can't help him with algebra because I don't know algebra. I'm not sure this has ever come up, but I got my GED and I've done some college, but my schooling actually stopped in 6th grade. I don't have, I didn't go to school past 6th grade. I got my GED when I was 26. Truthfully, I got my GED after I had my second daughter, Aowen. She was, I went and took the GED and I failed the writing portion of it. The math portion I did pass, but it's only because I actually ended up with a book that had answers marked. And I chose the answers that were marked. I didn't understand half of the math questions that were asked of me. They were guesses and whatever, but I passed the math, just barely. But that was back before they changed the requirements for math. Math is done differently nowadays than it was done back in 2000. I think it was like 2006. 2005. I just remember Aowen was about 6 months old because she was asleep in the bassinet while I was learning how to write essays. Because back when I was in 6th grade, we didn't write essays. I don't remember doing any kind of essay in 6th grade. They start essays a lot earlier nowadays. In school nowadays. But, so yeah, I failed the essay portion of it. Not yet. I'm going to be ending this thread. Oops, too far. Alright, let me get this threaded and then I'll walk y'all through again how I end my threads. Alright, so I do the initial cross there, and then I'm going to go up the bottom left corner. I'm going to go back down the bottom left corner that I just came up. Now I'm coming up the top right corner, and I'm going to loop. Let's see, I made a little loop there. So now I'm going to go through that loop and pull it taut. Not real tight, but just tight enough. And then I'm going to go back down the bottom left hole. So now I've done my loop. Now I'm going to come up a few stitches over, still under the same color. If there's not a similar color, then I'll go back up the one I just did. And now I'm going to tack it up underneath one of my stitches. So it's tacked down and you can't see it. Pull it up and it's not going anywhere. So there we go. It is tacked down. Yay! Whoops. Alright. Put my thread away. I have misplaced my dragon egg that I always use. When I moved from upstairs to downstairs, I've not been able to find it. I have no clue where it's at. So I've been having to use this little container until I can find my dragon egg. All right. 827. All right, so let us continue talking here. All right, so yeah, talking about the essay, I believe. Yes, I was talking about my essays. When I like I said, I failed the written the essay part because I'd never written an essay before, so I didn't even know how the structure of an essay or how to write an essay. I think my original essay test, I had maybe one paragraph, but I had a stupid question. The question was basically, if I had $1 million, but I had to give it away to charity, what charity would I give it away to and why? For me, that's an impossible question. Because if I had $1 million, I would not be giving $1 million away to charity. I would just be like, don't give it to me. Because for one, I wouldn't know what charity to give it to. And it would be so hard to give away money when, you know, I need it. I would want to spend it. Now, I wouldn't mind giving away a portion of it to charity. Just let me buy, you know, let me get a few things myself first. I don't know. This was also a question back when I was 26 years old. I was very self-centered. It's like, I could use that money to buy this and buy that and buy my kids anything I wanted to buy them. So, yeah. So, I went in and I did talk, like, met with this lady that did teaching. She was really cool. She really helped me actually understand how to write an essay. Like I did like I wrote an essay for her, And she sat there and told me that, you know, because she always told me she was a hard ass. She's like, I don't give, you know, high grades on essays. She's like, if you get a 2, you did good. I think the max is a 5. So I did the little essay she gave me, and when she came back with it graded, she just kind of looked at me and she's like, I only had one issue with your essay. I had too many ands and the in the sentence structures. And the, you know, and the she's like, you scored a 4 out of 5. And it was the first essay I had written since I had, you know, started studying. So she's like, yeah, I said, she's like, you totally understand this now. Just go over there and do these little test questions for the next 20 hours. Because I had to have, I think it was 48 hours of study time before I could go take the test again. And so she was like, yeah, just you go over there, you know, do these little study questions because you totally get how to write an essay now. So I spent the next 20 hours over the few days just sitting and like answering stupid questions that I already knew. It's just like, yep, okay, gotcha. But I remember for like 2 days I ended up having to take Aowen with me. So she was sitting in her car seat and I'm rocking her while I'm sitting here studying for, you know, essay stuff, just so that I could go and take the writing portion of the GED again. And which I got so lucky. My question on my GED test was the perfect question, at least for me. My question was, I'm not wording it exactly right, but basically the question was, why should we not let, you know, 4 or 5-year-old girls wear really short short skirts, you know, and basically explain your, you know, words. Basically explain why you think the way you think. And since I had 2, you know, kids at the time, I had a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old. And so I was like, oh, I got this. So I ended up getting a 4 on my written essay for my GED. So, which it's really great when you have a question that you actually grasp and you have the input and the information, you know. It's like, being that it was about, you know, why a little girl shouldn't dress in, you know, certain types of clothes. That is a discussion that me and my husband had many a times, and I'd had with other people too. You know, why buy a bikini for 4 or 5-year-olds, you know? I don't know. I've just, like, to me, bikinis have always been when they hit, you know, more grown up, teenage years. I think the first time my girls got a bikini, they were like 11. And it wasn't a little bikini. It was a, like, more of a, I think they're called 2 pieces nowadays. I don't think I ever bought the girls actually bikinis. Heck, I don't even buy bikinis. There we go. But yeah. So that was an interesting year. But after I got my GED, I did try and do some basic college classes, and I took an algebra class. I did understand algebra, you know, but I haven't done anything with algebra, like, didn't get to complete my algebra class because about the time that I started college courses was about the time my mother-in-law was diagnosed with a tumor. And so I ended up missing a lot of classes and not able to focus on them. So I didn't actually, I don't remember if I actually passed my classes or not. I know I was taking an accounting class because I had planned, my first thought of when I first started talking about going to college was to be a medical assistant. So I was going to college for that. I totally could not grasp the medical coding at all. I did not get all the codes and the terms and terminologies for all the stuff like that. I was failing horribly. But I did really enjoy the accounting class that I had taken. Being that I missed over half my classes, only got half my my final project turned in, missed half my homework. I still walked out of that class with a C. And my teacher told me I aced my final exam. And she was amazed. Because the fact that she had students that had been in class every day, that just didn't grasp it. And here I was struggling with mother-in-law having a tumor. Literally the day for my final project to be turned in, we were at the hospital while she was having surgery to have the tumor removed. So, but my teacher told me that I was doing, like, my project was, like, I think I only got it, like, 75% done. And she said it was 100% correct all the way through. Everything she had checked was correct. So, I do think I'm going to see about starting another accounting class to use that as a backup career, because I am currently in the IT tech field, which is great. I love it, but I like having something else to fall back on too. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end this thread because there's really not any good place to end it or to park it, because I have a thread down here already that's gonna go across. So I'm just gonna go ahead and end this one because I can always bring it back up if I need to. Alright. Tack that down. There we go. Mark this off. And we'll put this back on the hook until I need it again. Oops, come on. All right. All right. Whoops. Let me mark what I've done. There we go. Yay, we are done with that. All right. Let's see here. move this over. All right. Let me see. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go ahead and grab that one and do those stitches. We'll do this little area here. All right, that is $37.55. I'm gonna see if I can finish these two corners, or well, I probably won't finish it because the rest of that is white, but I'll see if I can get all the way over to the edge here. $37.55. That doesn't look right. Yeah, I guess it is. Just looks really close to the color I just had. It's just a little darker. Yeah, it's just a darker blue. It's just really similar. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do this one in the loop start. There we go. There we go. All right, knock that down. Alrighty, I'm gonna go over here. It's easy to stitch and talk when you've only got the one color that you're stitching and it's all in a row. It's a totally different matter when it's different colors and a stitch here and there and a stitch here and there. Yeah. So, I have 2 new starts planned. I'm not sure when I'm going to start them, but I am getting everything together. I've already talked about one of them a couple of times already. One is the sampler flower that I'm going to be starting soon. The other one is a pattern from Stitching Jules Designs, I think is her name. I'll be starting one for her. I've got the pattern now. I've just got to see if I've got all the colors and everything like that. I'm really looking forward to starting that one. My middle daughter has already claimed it. She's like, I love owls. So she's already trying to stake a claim on it. So I don't know. We will see. I have not decided quite what I'm going to do. 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. There we go. Alright, now this one. Alright, so this is 519. Where is it? There we are. Sometimes I can pull the thread off with my fingers, and then sometimes it just doesn't want to go. Alright, so I really don't know what else to talk about. I don't know. We're gonna start this over here. No, you booty butt. Some of these blues are so close in color. They're just barely off. So with this one, I'm not going to loop it. I'm just going to waste it, I guess is what it's called. I don't know. Alright, let's see. I have talked... I don't really know what else to talk about. I will probably post pictures of the project bags when I get the fabric together. Show you once I get all the fabric cut up, I'll post pictures of it. I've got the thread I want to buy, the like things saved on Etsy, on Amazon that I want to buy, like, because I need to buy in bulk for the zippers. Yeah, the way I'm doing it right now, it's just not going to work, especially if I want to start making a lot of bags. So I've been looking at the best place to buy zippers in bulk. So that's been fun. Let's see. 2, and then we're gonna skip. I know, I really have been putting time into pandemic here recently. I've really been enjoying, I really want to roll pandemic down, basically. I want to go down, get it to where I can scroll it down, so I want to finish the current pages. 2. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But like I said, I've been working on pandemic here recently. 996. I've also been working on the kitten and the bros because I want to see, try to make sure I get that row finished this year. Because I finished the row last year, and I want to finish a row this year. And I've really been enjoying doing the kitten and the rose since I switched. I've moved it, or I'm stitching it in the Royal Rose method. Where am I? It is here. There. So I've been enjoying stitching in the Royal Row method. Quite a few of my projects have been switched over to that method so far. Okay, so we're gonna do the loop start on this just because of the angle these stitches go. There we go. So let's see, which I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I have the wolf, dream, or sorry, I have dream, I have the canopy, I have kitten, I have dream, human, yeah, I think that's all. I think those are the main ones. Because this one is not Royal Rose. This one, like I said, this one really doesn't have a method. It hasn't for a while. I just stitch until I stop. It's like I'm choosing to stop here, but some days I stitch all the way across. Like this method here, like down here, like towards the bottom of the row, I was stitching like 6 columns at one time, all the way across. So this I just stitch until I feel comfortable, which I'm wanting to get this all the way down too. I want to get this page filled in so that I can scroll it up and start working on the bottom half of the dragons. I finally got their heads showing through. I've got both dragon heads. I still have a little of his nose to go down there, but both dragon heads are showing. So now I'm ready to work on their bodies. So we will see. Alright, let's see here. I haven't worked on my heart canopy recently, or canopy heart, I think is actually what it's called. I haven't worked on it at all in about 2 weeks. I'm trying to debate what I'm going to take with me when I go over to our friend's house tomorrow. I'm not sure which project I want to stitch on. So I don't know. We will see. There we go. Alrighty. Fortunately, I don't think I have much more to talk about. I've talked about work, I've talked about education, I've talked about the craziness the school did, trying to put my son who has like 5th grade knowledge in 9th grade work. Yeah, not going to work. This is gonna go to here and stop. I really like this color blue. It is gorgeous. Blue is one of my favorite colors. Oh, no. Crapola. Gotta take that out. There we go. Wrong spot. Alrighty. Is that the right spot? Yes, this is the right spot. It's about halfway done.
See that.
He came down to check on the project, or the print we've got going right here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and park this right there. Alrighty. Yep. Alright, now we're going to do that one. So we're going to do 799. Alright. Alright. No, that's being a little weird. Alright. Put that down. Alright, now it is time to do this, which I will do the waist thread because it will close over itself. There we go. Alrighty. Alright, let's see, where am I at? Yes. Really haven't been paying attention to make sure my fingers have been staying out of the stitch section. Not too sure about this camera angle. I've been trying to make sure my fingers stay out of the way, but I'm not too sure I've been very good at that. When I end the video today, I'll scroll out so you can see the whole thing. If you've been looking at my Instagram, you've already gotten some good pictures of it. You know, I went through my photos today on Google, and I ended up deleting like 900 photos off my Google Photos. A good chunk of them, a good half of them were not mine. They were photos my daughter has saved when she was on my tablet doing something. She likes to draw, and she'll download photos to keep for references. So I deleted like 500 photos of hers off there. But I also went through and deleted a lot of my older photos showing my progress. It's the ones that I've been doing, like this project back in January, you know, when I just had the corner started back in 2021, you know, so there are just old pictures that really don't need them anymore. Not really. So I deleted those off my drive. Like I said, I ended up with like 900 photos I could delete today. Probably still have quite a few more I could delete off my images that I don't really need. But it's so hard to delete things. It's almost impossible. You just, what if I need that photo? You know, what if I needed at a later date? I don't know. It's just one of those things. So, yeah, that was 900 photos I deleted. I probably have a few videos that I could delete off the computer that I don't need. But, yeah. I don't know. Everybody has their quirks. I have a hard time deleting photos. I have a hard time deleting videos. I have a hard time getting rid of boxes. So like old phone box, like you get a new phone, so I'll keep the phone. Xbox, I keep the box. You know, anything that has a box that you pull it out. I have a hard time getting rid of that box. I basically store it, and about 3 years later, my husband will throw it away. But I still have all our iPhone cases. Anytime I've upgraded or anything like that, I still have all my cases. Our iPad cases. I still have the iPad cases. I just can't seem to part with them. And it's just like, no, we might need the box. Anybody else have weird little things like that that they do? Just things that they just like hold on to forever? I mean, my husband has a hard time getting rid of electronics, whether they work or not. If a keyboard doesn't work, he still wants to keep it. He's got to the point now where he tells me, throw it away when I'm not looking. But we've got parts, computer parts, and stuff like that we've had forever, and they just don't work. And he's just like, well, maybe I can find a use for them. So, I throw out his computer parts, and he throws out my boxes. Yeah. Oh, alright, I need to figure out where I'm going with this. I think I'm going to keep stitching until I get to all the way across. I get these 2 squares done. And then we'll go from there. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and take this down. That way I can know where to stop. I think when I get off the stream here, or my video, okay, 1 and 2. Excuse me, sorry. I'm going to make some food. Then I think I'm gonna pull Pandemic out, and I'm gonna start stitching on Pandemic. Let's see how I do, how many stitches I can get into that until we leave. Because we have a get together with friends tonight. It's a birthday party. So we'll be leaving, I'll probably be leaving around 7 o'clock our time. And so there will be no stitching tonight. I normally get a good chunk of stitching in the evening times, but yeah, no. With us not being home, there will be no stitching. But, oh well. We'll have fun. And then, like I said, tomorrow is the Sunday stitchy game day. I call it my stitchy day because that's what I do. I just stitch all day. Let's see. Monday is going to be craft day. I'm going to try to get my craft table out, and I'm gonna sew, like, cut all the bags up. Like I said, I think I have enough for 6 bags. But I may only have enough. I may have enough for 8. So I'm going to try to make as many bags as I can. So on Monday, that's going to be my goal, is to get everything cut up that needs to be cut up. And then Tuesday is going to be sew day, the day that I'm going to try to start sewing them together. Depending on how long it takes me to cut everything, I may start sewing a little bit on Monday. But I also want to still get my stitching in too. And Monday I have a live stream first thing in the morning, so yeah, we'll see. I think I have the live stream set up to do this project, so I'll try. I think I'll make sure to take this with me over tomorrow to work 90% of the white that I have to do. A little bit of white I don't mind, but this entire section right here is white because it's like we've got the white strip of a cloud, so that's coming up right here too. So I want to get that done before my stitch with me, because I really don't want to stitch white during a stitch with me. It just, I don't know, it bothers me to stitch white on white fabric. At least if you have a little color, it's interesting. You know, I mean, even stitching black on white is perfectly fine with me. I just don't like white on white. It bothers me. So we are almost done with this square. Well, at least what I'm doing of this square. And then we'll have one more color to work. Oh, my legs are hurting. I'll try to keep up with my floss tubes. I know I got behind on them last week because working in the office, it's almost impossible to watch my floss tubes in the office. For one, I don't like having the floss tube running in the office, because we're not supposed to be on, you know, you're in the office, you're supposed to focus on office. I did bring my stitching with me, but I think I only put in probably about 30 stitches before I put it away. It just, I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable stitching while in the office. I never do. Plus, I am not any good at stitching in hand or holding a hoop. I need it in a stand. I do not stitch well at all in hand. Just the continuously flipping my arm up underneath it, or even trying to hold it and with the hand underneath it and just do it that way. It just, I can't do it very well. Alright, so we are going to go here, and then I'm actually going to end this thread. There's not much left of this. So we're going to just end this. I'm ending it a little sooner than normal. Normally I stitch more of it off, but alright. Oops, I don't feel like I tacked it. There we go. Sometimes when you're tacking, you can tell that you missed the fabric completely. Alright, so we have one more area left. Let me mark what I've gotten, mark the highlighted areas. So now we're going to do this last one. And then that's going to be the end of me today. If you're interested in what was printing today, let me know. I can post a picture of it on the community channel, community tab, if you want to see what was printing today. It's a slug, basically. It's one of those movable type things. Oh. Show you. It's one of these. It's got little movable legs, but this is an octopus. This is a steampunk octopus. I don't know. I like these. The little octopuses are cool. But this is a steampunk octopus. What he's printing right now is a slug. That it's supposed to shift and move. So, yeah. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, if you would like to see pictures of them, let me know. I can post them in the community channel so you can see what was printed. We've been talking about filming, like doing videos of the printing process. Not sure. I might add that, like have that added to my channel, since I do call my channel the Crafty channel. Just make sure I title those videos differently, in a different category maybe, because it is so interesting how watching a print is so mesmerizing. Like, you just sit there and watch it printing and you just stare at it. Even listening to the hum of it is, you know, calming to me too, because like it's literally right here by my desk. And it's just, you know, you're stitching to the hum and the movements of the machine. It's really cool. And then to see, you know, the product after it's done is really awesome as well. Alright. Come on. Alright, give me just a second there. I want to go down to where I know it's done going across mostly. One, two, three from the bottom. Okay, so here. Right. Just kind of mark myself here so I know how far down to go, because there are times where like I get into stitching and I just stitch and stitch and stitch and then realize, wait, I'm like 4 rows too far. So yeah. Move my hand over. I keep bumping my frame and it's rubbing my hand a little raw. Alrighty. Oy. This is my longest stitch with me. I don't think I've had one this long in a while. Sorry, I'm not talking that much right now. I think I've like talked out everything that I could have thought about talking about today. And I'm never good at making plans on what to talk about. Ah. It didn't look right. Crapola. It looks wrong. All the way through. Okay, alright, that just looked weird to me, so I think I see why. We'll go up here instead and down. That loop was not very solid. It's trying to slip under. So, go back to doing it this way instead. Alright. See here. I'm really hoping that the volume's not too low on this. I'm hoping that you're hearing what I'm saying and that it's not overpowered by any of the background noise. That would really suck. But, oh well. Almost done with this row, and then it is going to be time to go. Yeah, okay. Don't know if y'all heard that or not. Most likely you did, because that was super loud. Somebody was peeling out like a stupid head in the apartments. I think for lunch today, I might, I don't know, no, oops, sorry guys, might do burger and chips for lunch. Yes, I know, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I didn't wake up and get breakfast going till 11, so it's still lunchtime. We've almost got this done here. across and back, and then a few more, and this row is done. And then we'll park this thread underneath here. Like I said, I don't really have any particular pattern or a particular way I'm stitching. I'm just stitching. I change it up all the time. And this one, I think right now it wouldn't work very well for the Royal Rose because of how mixed up everything is. Because everything is running this way, so trying to do Royal Rose, I think would cause more issues. Something is not right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see. I'm off. I'm off here. No, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. 1, 2, 3. My count is off somewhere. Did I go too far on this one? No, that's right there. I don't know what I did. Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm doing. But that is, I do stitch this section here too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I think, geez, I'm not sure what I was thinking when I was counting. I think I counted wrong. So we're gonna do this. And I'm gonna make sure when we get here at the end that I'm right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so we're gonna go here and then here. Skip that spot there. There we go. And then this is going to go down. Okay. Good thing I referenced the other square, because I totally would have fucked that square up. 100% so. Alrighty. So this thread is actually going to be ended as well, instead of parked. Okay, so we're going to go over 1 and then here. Alright, now, well, no, actually I'm not going to end this thread. I'm just going to park it. That's still plenty of thread on there. Alrighty. So that is the end of me. 322 stitches. Yay! in an hour and 20 minutes. So that's not too bad. So, yeah. I am done stitching on this one for today. I probably will stitch on this again tomorrow. But for now, we're going to wrap this up. Because I don't want to mess with those threads. And then my next thing I'm going to work on is all this white. Let's see, let me highlight it. See all that white that's highlighted? So basically, most likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way over here and outline where the white is and then fill. That way I don't really have to think about it. I know exactly where to stop with it and go continue with it. So that's what I like to do so far with this project. Because there's quite a bit of white in this area, as you can tell. So, yeah. All right, so that is the end of me today. And if you happen to stay to this long of the video, I really appreciate you hanging with me and chatting just while I do my stitching. And I will see you next time. Like I said, I'm planning on a Stitch With Me, a live Stitch With Me on Monday. It's already pre-scheduled, so you should be able to see it. If you would like to see the 3D project that's being printed while I'm filming this, make a comment in the post and I will be sure to post it. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, because I do post a lot of times on Instagram. Anytime I stitch, I normally post on Instagram what I've been working on and how many stitches I've gotten in the day. So yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye. Have a good weekend and hopefully have a good week. If you don't see me again till my next video, and happy stitching. Bye everybody.